So, good morning. It's not morning, is it? Done it again. It's afternoon. It's always because I do this at 12. So I'm just like, it's the morning. No, it's the afternoon. So here I am. And something a little different today because I'm changing direction. And this is probably the most nervous I felt doing a live video. You might have been watching this live, you might be listening to it on my podcast, or you might be watching it on YouTube. But this is probably the most, a little bit wobbly I've felt for a long time doing a video and I'm going to feel quite emotional. And now I don't know where the tissues are. There they are. I can reach the tissues. Here we go. Let's have the tissues ready. Because for a long time, I have been stuck around the direction of my business. And I have received so many nudges not just from within me, like not just my own ideas about things, but actually what people respond to in terms of what I share and what I put out there. And what I've noticed is that when I share purely 3 principles inside out understanding stuff all over the place. I do this massively on Insight Timer, and I still will be doing it on Insight Timer. But what I'm noticing everywhere else in the world is that the people who come to me are often coming to me because they're stuck in something in their business. Something isn't just quite working. Now, interestingly, that is often technical stuff, because those of you that know me will know that I am actually a special geeky kind of person who loves tech. I love technology. I love solving technical problems. I love getting into the weeds of technical hitches in people in my own business. It's like it thrills me when something doesn't work in my business. Has anybody else? I don't imagine most other people have that feeling of really loving it when something doesn't work. I'm like in there. I'm in the weeds, and I love fertling my way through. I don't know why I just use the word fertling. Please help me. I love fertling my way through to find the solutions. And I love that. I come to life. And the other place where I come to life is teaching that kind of thing to other business owners. So at the moment, I'm teaching a lovely group of people all about Insight Timer. A few months ago, I taught a course about AI and using that for effortless content creation, which I absolutely loved again. It seems to me that the things that I put out into the world that are around this subject of business tech, business systems, that kind of thing, people generally like and like being taught by me. And I love teaching. I'm still a teacher. I was a teacher for 20 years. And in that time, I didn't just teach children. I did teach adults a lot. I taught people how to teach. It's part of my job. I was a school leader from very early in my career, and I did that. So that's it's really landed with me recently. I mean, I'm lying if I say that, because I don't know about you. Maybe you can recognize this in yourself, that those nudges that just keep coming up, again and again. Here I go. And you just ignore them and you go, no, that's not for me. That's not my thing. And I have been doing that. I have been squashing down my ability to mentor business owners really well. And what I feel that I bring that's very unique to that journey is, a few things. Let's talk about them. Number one, I am a qualified business mentor. There, I said it. I've got my Institute of Leadership Management in Coaching and Mentoring, level 5, for which I had to do a lot of studying and write 3 great big massive assignments, which I hadn't done since 1990 something. So that's a thing. Um, Secondly, I have a quite profound grounding in the inside out understanding, which has changed, completely changed my relationship with my business. It's changed my productivity levels. It's changed my ability to show up and be me. This is yet another layer of that that's kind of fallen away recently. It can really help you. I can really help you to find that clarity in your business when you feel really stuck in the weeds and you can't really see your way out. And perhaps you feel not confident, or perhaps you feel not calm. I can help you with that calm, clarity, and confidence in your business. That's the second thing. And the third thing is my ability to solve technical problems and my love of that. Um, Sad geek though that may make me, I feel that that brings something very unique. And for a long time, there has been this little voice. It's very little, that voice, isn't it? Excuse my now. Why can't you cry without your nose running? Somebody please scientifically tell me why that is. So annoying. Anyway, that little voice has been whispering in my ear, saying, Claire, what you really want to do is you really want to create this business that's around supporting business owners very uniquely in this very unique and special way, which is to guide them towards clarity and being able to take a breath and make decisions that feel good, but also to this business that works well because all the systems work well and the automations work well. And I tell you, when you start to kind of look towards a path, it's like the universe goes, oh, right, I know what you need. And I went for a walk the other day. I'm in London today. I was in York last week. I'm a little bit of a digital nomad at the moment, actually loving that. I went for a walk and I was listening to Jerry Hicks, who is the husband of, or was the husband, bless him, of Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham Hicks. They teach a lot about the law of attraction. Came across them through Dominic Scafidi, Superman, love him. And I was listening to something he was saying, and he was talking about a story about a business owner that was stuck or something like that. And he said the phrase, a well-run, good-feeling business. And I just, like, my whole body just responded to that. Oh my God, that's it. That is it. Isn't that what we all want, actually? Isn't that what we all want? We all want a well-run, good-feeling business. We don't want all that stress and overwhelm and to feel burnt out by our business. We don't want it to not work. We want it to be well run and organized so that we can have space to do the other things. Because isn't that why, that a lot of people, I started a business purely by accident. But for most people, there's some kind of decision. Often I know a lot of business owners who, try to go back to work having had their children, especially female business owners, and just went, I can't do this anymore. This is just not resonating in terms of, it just isn't working with my children. And so there was a deliberate decision to start a business. I didn't make a deliberate decision to start a business. It was a complete accident. But we want that to run well, don't we? Because if it doesn't run well, we might as well be doing the job. We might as well be just doing what we were doing before, working for an icky boss in a job that we have to travel miles to. Because the vast majority of people I work with these days work from home or travel while they're working or whatever it is. We want that capacity for freedom. And when I say freedom, I don't mean internally, because I feel free very much now. It doesn't matter where I am in the world. But practically, we have this desire, some of us, for a bit more flexibility and freedom in order to have the lifestyle that we want. But if our business isn't working well and all the automations and stuff are not working well, and the business doesn't kind of speak, each part of the business doesn't speak to each other part of the business very well, then it can be quite difficult to create that spaciousness that we really want. So I feel like I'm kind of outing myself into this new me, I think. And it felt wobbly. Of course it does, because that's something that I often teach people who are in business, that when we move towards that true desire, when we move towards the thing that really lights us up, there will be a predictable amount of BS that comes in, discomfort, the inner critic yakking away and going on and on about how, we shouldn't be doing that. And trust me, I've had a whole load of that going on. So, yeah, so this is where we're at, folks. And I guess from this moment forward, Clare Downham, business mentor, is before you. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are. I'd love to know if you're stuck in something in your business and you'd like some help. That is something that people reach out to me all the time and say, Claire, how do I get this to talk to this? Or how do I get that to work? It's something I now feel that I am known for. So I'm going to offer that as a service to people. So reach out if you're at the beginning stage of your business, or you've just got to a certain point and now you feel like you can't grow because the stuff isn't quite working properly, then that's where I am. So there we go. That's something a little bit different today, and I hope that it makes sense to you and it seems like something you might be interested in. If not, then it's fine. Go find all my other content that's full of 3 principles stuff. And that will still play a massive part of what I'm doing moving forward, because who needs imposter syndrome and perfectionism and lack of clarity and an inability to make decisions in our business? We don't want those things either. So this is going to be a two-pronged. It's a well-run, good-feeling business. And I'm Clare Downham from the Well-Run, Good-Feeling Business. If you want one of those, you know where I am. So take care. Lots of love, and thank you for tuning in.